Welcome back to the Leopard Report. Hale, Lombard, and Eoin Martin are joining us this afternoon to talk about leadership experience and team activities they're doing. They're both captains of men's soccer. Now, you both recently attended a leadership conference down at Naval Academy back in January. Hale, could you talk about a specific speaker there?
Yeah, so I can talk about Brad Snyder. He was in the Navy. He had an accident on one of his deployments. An explosive blew up in his face, and he went blind. Long story short, he got a phone call while he was in recovery, and was turned into an Olympic swimmer at the Paralympic Games. And the fun fact about it was that a year from when he got injured, he won a gold medal. So yeah, that was a pretty cool experience to talk about the different things that he went through and talk about like how you have to like have humor through things like that. And it was just like a different perspective of like something he went through such a traumatic experience. And one of the things he talked about was like humor, which was like something I would never have thought of. So he was a really cool speaker, and also brought his dog on stage. So it was fun.
Oh, and you already presented to the team about some of your experience. What did that presentation look like?
So I did my presentation on another speaker. His name was John Crowley. He was U.S. Navy retired. He served in Afghanistan, I believe. And he did like leading through adversity. And he gave 6 techniques and tactics to lead through adversity. And it was hope, perseverance, humility, courage, sacrifice, and a sense of humor. And I guess like the biggest takeaway was each of the tactics he talked about a story, his own personal story, and then kind of like a famous story. And one of them was like Dr. Jonas Salk, who was the guy who founded polio, and he persevered through it, like years and years of work. He just kept going, and he would fail, and he would go back and he'd work again, he'd fail again. And he finally created the vaccine for polio and changed history, you know.
Wow, and on a smaller note, I'm sure those things relate to soccer and characteristics for the team. Let's talk about, as captains alongside your coaches, you have to lead the team on the field, but off the field, what activities are you doing to take the mind off soccer?
Yeah, so a few activities. We each have we have brotherhood groups on the team. So there's 18 of us this spring. So it's 3 groups of 6. And each brotherhood group came up with 2, one to do like on campus here, and then one to do as a team like off campus. We went to a hockey game, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, about 2 weeks ago. Would you say? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And it turned out to be a really good game. It was a lot of fun. Everyone had fun. There's a good amount of kids on our team that haven't been to a hockey game before, so that was their first time. So it was cool, and you got to talk to the kids on the team that you might not hang out with as much, which is what we're trying to do, with these different activities. And then we just had a field goal competition, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, we had a field goal competition after training yesterday, and we started, each brotherhood group would select one person, they'd go up, they'd kick a field goal from 20 yards, and then if you missed, you were eliminated, and we moved further back. And it got down to Connor DeAngelis and Carter Houlihan, and from, I think it was 45 yards.
45, yeah.
And Connor DeAngelis put it through the uprights, and then when Carter went up, he kicked it and hit off the left upright, and it made a doink noise, and then we all kind of started running around going crazy. It was funny.
Wow, so he was the champion.
Yeah, Connor DeAngelis was the champion.
Wow. Classic. Now, going back to the hockey game, who was the most decked out, most spirited?
I'd probably say Eddie Grant. It was a whiteout night for that game, and everyone wore like a white T-shirt or white pants or white shoes or something like that. But he went full out white from head to toe. Like he went all in. He went all in.
That's wonderful. Is there one last activity you guys have on cue before spring ball?
After spring break, we're either going to do go-karting and paintball. So
what are the predictions? Who's going to be the best paintballer, best go-karter?
I I'd say for go-karting, probably Griffin Huff. He's a very good driver. And for paintballing, it's a tough one.
I think Nick Levick
Levick,
might have it. He's out in Idaho, so he's hunting. He
Had
he
some
has
experience.
he has the experience. I could see him doing fairly well out there. So.
All right, well, keep us posted. And thank you so much, Eoin and Hale, on giving us an insight into men's soccer. That wraps up episode 2 of the Leopard Report. I'm Colleen McNamara. Tune in next time to hear more Lafayette Leopard's unique story.